So we just pulled up to therapy. Trying to think of the name. I don't remember. I have my appointment in 10 minutes or so. Feeling pretty good, excited, nervous, a few things, but definitely ready for this. I think it's been a long time coming and I'm just really excited. So I didn't get a chance to talk about my therapy appointment or my first doctor's appointment. I mean, I had those thoughts. I wrote them down, took notes on how I was feeling about it or how it went. I didn't really have a chance, just given how fast everything has been going. I didn't get a chance to like get on video and like talk about it on camera for myself to look back on and to document. So just to kind of like backtrack a little bit, therapy went well. I definitely was expecting it to be more serious than it was. I had never been to therapy before. It was my first time. And it was just so much more casual than I expected, which was cool. Like, I think it was just more of like a conversation, more so than like an interview, you know, where I just felt like I could just talk. And I really thought it was gonna be more of like I had to convince the therapist that I, you know, try to convince him of what I'm feeling and get him to believe in what I'm saying, and it didn't go like that at all. I actually found out that I didn't need to have the therapy appointment in order to move forward with going to the doctors and, you know, trying to get the prescription and everything for testosterone. So that was new. It was fine though. It's not that I felt like it was wasted or anything like that. I actually really did enjoy going to that therapy session and having that, like, it's like kind of like talk with someone that was outside of the people that know me. Like at that point, I had only spoken with 2 people. So it was just really nice to have someone else there, someone else that like I could, you know, get a perspective from. So that was why therapy was cool. And I mean, really, there's not much else to say about it besides, you know, I just kind of like ran through like my background, my history from like childhood. Not so much childhood, but just when I was younger and like when did I first really start like noticing some of the things that like led me to realize what my expectations were. It was pretty straightforward. The next step was to get in contact with a primary doctor that had trans care. And so I just researched that really quickly. I switched from my previous provider to something new. That was something that was closer to where I live now. I scheduled an appointment for like a week later after that. And it just, again, like it was also really smooth, and I was kind of taken aback by how smooth it went. Just discussed what it was like to, you know, again, you don't need so much of documentation or letters or anything like that, especially I guess probably because of my age, but also just because I know what I want. There's plenty of ways to like research these things, find out more information. It's not so much of like a secret, like the trans community, and like you can research it for yourself pretty much. So he wasn't so much worried as to like, am I really ready? Like he trusted in that I was ready for this and that this is what I wanted, and ultimately it's like my decision. And really came down to just making sure I was informed and that I took my appropriate lab that I need to take. So just like sort of check and see where you're at blood work wise, just before you start the testosterone, so that they're aware of things that might, you know, affect you later. I feel like I was like getting the information that I needed, and it was just, I really couldn't, so I found that I couldn't really relax or feel excited until I like had all the information that I needed, you know, because, you know, it's one thing to go to a therapist and kind of have those conversations, but you're not really getting what you want out of it, right? Like I didn't know yet that this was going to officially start, and it's hard to like be excited and it was more of like I just need to know that like this can happen so that I can like prepare my mind for that. And it was just too much of like still waiting on the next step, waiting on the next step, waiting on the next step, and I didn't want to allow myself that excitement yet because I just didn't know what was gonna happen. Like I didn't know that it was definitely gonna be a yeah, I'm doing this. You know, I just thought that maybe it would be, it would take a longer time, like months to like a half a year or something like that. You know, just kind of preparing myself for preparing for the worst, hoping for the best type of thing. And so that I wasn't just too excited and that I wasn't let down by anything that would come up. So I didn't really allow myself to really feel it until I knew that I had gone to therapy and I had gone to the first appointment and I had gotten my labs cleared and I had that prescription sent to the pharmacist. And once that happened, that's when I knew it was finally real. Like when you know that your prescription is waiting at the pharmacist for you, literally across the street, that's when it was real. That's when it set in, and that's when I just was like, okay, this is happening. I can like start to like let the excitement happen, and I can start to like really think of myself in that going through life like this. It really wasn't until that I knew that I had the prescription. So I think just looking back, like I was so like on edge, playing it cool, but still like, man, I can't relax until I know that this is a thing. So it's a thing. I'm legit stressed. Like I got up to go get some food and I could just tell that I felt like my period was starting. And I just lost my appetite because legit, I can't stand these moments. I really thought that I was gonna be able to make it through to Thursday shot before my next cycle would start. Like I really thought that. I knew it was gonna be close. Like I thought I might beat it by like a few days or a week maybe. But I was really hoping that that was true. I was hoping that last month was my last time having my period without really knowing that it was my last time having my period. But I guess I have one more. Maybe more. Who knows? I'm not sure how long it takes to get for your cycle to go away. I don't know if there's a fixed answer, but I just know that I have one more at least. And that bothers me. Truly, it does. Like, I just hate it. It's like, why do I have this? I know I don't need this. I truly don't need it. It might to y'all, it might seem like a bigger deal. Like, dude, just everyone has it. But like, I don't feel like a woman. Like I'm not a woman. Looking on the brighter side, I just think that like I'll look at it like it's the last one. Potentially, I have this one, and I'll get the shot. I'm not even sure like what that means, getting a shot while legit on your cycle. Like that's some mixed up shit. Really. Sure, it's fine, of course, but just think of it like the utmost amount of women things flowing on in your body, and then the first time ever having like your legit dose of tea. You're on your period. Sucks, but what can I do? So, nothing. I just hate it. And I think I'm more so just crushed. Like, I thought I was going to make it by without having to have one, but. Alright. May 26th. Start of my last period.